As 2025 draws to a close, we would like to provide you with an overview of the status of the claims you have transferred to us, and at the same time outline the specific steps we have already taken. In the current situation, there have been isolated cases of misinterpretation of our approach. We would therefore like to make it clear that we are not selling anything, but rather providing a service. Our tasks consist exclusively of the structured and legally compliant implementation of the agreed measures. The benchmark for our actions is always the protection of our existing customers and the companies involved. Precisely because of this self-image, we owe it to our existing customers and the companies involved to act with particular caution, transparency, and legal certainty. Misinterpretations or deliberately false conclusions drawn by individuals cannot and must not be the benchmark for our actions or our communication. The past year was marked by intensive legal, technical, and strategic work. In all our mandates, we pursue a clear goal: structured processing, legal protection, and consistent representation of our clients' interests. In doing so, we deliberately focus not on short-term promises, but on robust procedures that have long-term substance. Our experience shows that complex issues can only be dealt with effectively through systematic documentation, international networking, and parallel legal steps. This is precisely the approach we pursue consistently and with growing success. I'd first like to draw our attention to the matters of Lyoness, Lyconet, and Myworld. Developments in the wake of the insolvency have fundamentally changed the initial situation. Through the ongoing evaluation of new information, documents, and connections, insights have been gained that were not accessible in this form before the collapse of the Lyconet and Myworld structures. We would like our clients to take note on legally compliant implementation and current developments. In the interests of our existing customers and BE conflict management, all security measures are implemented exclusively in a legally compliant manner, in coordination and in close cooperation with our legal team. This is the only way to ensure that the progress achieved is permanent and cannot be challenged due to formal errors. The subsequent transfer of former Lyconet and Myworld marketers to new systems, in particular the Cashback Universe, as well as personal and structural overlaps with previously responsible actors, open up additional legal relevant points of departure. The investigation follows a forensic strategic approach in which even complex concealed payment structures can be traced and legally exploited. On a positive note, more and more former executives and top leaders are coming forward to provide information. These developments are noticeably improving the starting position, and from today's perspective make the situation structurally and legally much more promising than before the insolvency. Our legal team has already been able to locate several other relevant asset structures. The legal assessment and preparation for access are currently being carried out in coordination with the relevant authorities. For reasons of procedural security, no further details can be published at this time. We are continuing to pursue this strategy with vigour and will continue to keep you informed of relevant progress in a transparent and timely manner. I'd now like to draw our focus to Blocktrade SA. We would like to briefly inform you about the current status of your claims assigned to us in connection with Blocktrade SA and its successor companies. We have filed a comprehensive and formally correct criminal complaint with the WKSTA. This means that your damage reports are now officially on record in the higher level proceedings, and the relevant evidence has already been forwarded to the authorities. At the same time, we have initiated civil proceedings for recovery. This step is important because civil claims can be pursued independently of the course of the criminal investigation and increase the pressure on those responsible. All technically and documentarily relevant information, including operator details, versions of the general terms and conditions, data and document changes, as well as proof of payment and wallet structures, has been reviewed by our legal team, prepared in accordance with the law and documented in a structured manner for both the civil complaint and the criminal proceedings. This clearly shows how closely Blocktrade and Myworld marketers were and are structured. Your individual documents have also been reviewed, organised and included in the overall documentation so that your case is fully considered in both criminal and civil proceedings. In addition, we have proposed the involvement of an expert to present the technical processes and changes to the platform in a way that is comprehensive to the authorities. We are in regular contact with the WKSTA, the state investigation authorities and other relevant authorities. The state investigation authorities and other authorities continuously providing information, responding to inquiries and ensuring that the connection to your individual case remains clearly recognisable. The authorities are currently continuing to examine important facts. However, our parallel civil approach ensures that your claims are actively pursued and transparently documented. We are very satisfied with the implementation, as we are among the first international players to enforce the interests and claims of the injured parties on several levels simultaneously. As soon as new and reliable information is available, we will of course inform you immediately. We will now focus on the matters of Safir, Zeniq and Homnify. We would like to inform you about the current steps we are taking in connection with the claims you have assigned to us against those responsible in the Safir Zeniq environment. Our goal is to comprehensively clarify the facts of the case, secure your claims in the best possible way and exhaust all legal options. We have filed a comprehensive and formally correct criminal complaint with the Central Public Prosecutor's Office for Combating Economic Crime and Corruption, the WKSTA. This is based exclusively on objectively verifiable documents and supplements the investigations already underway. Your damage reports are thus anchored in the overarching complex of facts, and all relevant evidence has been submitted to the authorities. In parallel with the criminal proceedings, we have initiated civil recovery proceedings. In the current situation, this is not only sensible, but also strategically necessary, as civil claims can be pursued independently of the duration and outcome of the criminal proceedings. The civil law route allows recovery claims to be asserted immediately and at the same time increases the pressure on the responsible individuals and companies. All technical and documentary evidence that could be relevant to your claims has already been comprehensively examined and evaluated. This includes archived operator information and versions of the terms and conditions, verifiable changes to documents and data, technical access and wallet structures, evidence of asset transfers, and evidence of failed or incomplete services. This information has been and continues to be provided to the investigating authorities in a legally compliant manner, while at the same time being structured for civil enforcement. Your personal documents, such as payment confirmations, contract documents, or screenshots have been reviewed, organised and compiled into a consistent statement of facts. On this basis, we will ensure that your case can be presented in a complete and comprehensible manner, both criminally and civilly, within the scope of the mandate. To support the investigation, we have also proposed the examination of an expert witness who can explain the technical processes of the platform, the changes in the back office, and the development of the data and document structures from his point of view. This should speed up the investigation and make the complex technical processes comprehensible to the authorities. We are in contact with the Central Public Prosecutor's Office Combating Economic Crime and Corruption, the WKSTA, the state investigation authorities, several public prosecutors' offices and other relevant authorities. We continuously provide information, answer queries and ensure that the connection to your individual cases in the investigation remains clearly recognisable. An internal documentation file has been created for each assignment case, in which all relevant documents from payment transactions and communication histories to technical evidence are recorded in full. This enables us to assert your claims in a structured, comprehensible and legally secure manner at all times, both vis-a-vis the authorities and in civil proceedings. The criminal investigations are ongoing and key facts continue to be examined by the authorities. These decisions are the sole responsibility of the competent criminal and administrative authorities. However, parallel civil enforcement ensures that your claims are actively pursued and clearly documented as part of the proceedings. By bundling and systematically processing all cases, you benefit from uniform and professional representation, significantly strengthened evidence, priority treatment by the authorities, and parallel enforcements at both the criminal and civil levels. In the coming weeks, we expect feedback from the authorities. We'll supplement further documents and continuously update your file. As soon as new and reliable information is available, we will of course inform you immediately. We view the implementation very positively, as we are among the first internationally to enforce interests and claims at an international level. We will now draw your attention to the matters of Karatbars, GS Partners and Apertum. In connection with Karatbars, we are currently conducting an in-depth analysis of the relevant structural payment and structural models. Our focus is on identifying robust legal approaches that will enable the sustainable enforcement of claims. Unlike many short-term providers, we deliberately focus on thoroughness rather than actionism. Through the systematic evaluation of contracts, payment flows and historical developments, we create the basis for legally sound steps and thus for real prospects of our clients. This careful preparation pays off. It not only increases the chances of success, but also protects our clients from formal legal risks. As soon as concrete measures can be derived from the ongoing analysis, we will inform you comprehensively and transparently about the future course of action. In the GS and Apertum case, our clients benefit from our international orientation and our experience in dealing with complex cross-border structures. We continuously analyse international registry data, payment channels, project independencies and regulatory developments in multiple jurisdictions. By bundling numerous similar cases, we create a strong starting point for the coordinated enforcement of your claims. This approach enables us to consolidate information, identify patterns, and prepare targeted legal action. Our goal is not just to react, but to work strategically ahead. This is precisely where the added value for our clients lies. Legal clarity, professional structure, and consistent representation of interests. even across national borders. We will, of course, keep you informed about relevant developments and next steps. We thank you for your trust and patience. The steady growing number of our clients confirms our approach and shows how great the need is for independent, structured and legally sound processing. In 2026, we will continue to expand our activities, closely monitor international developments and vigorously represent your interests. Our commitment remains unchanged: diligence, transparency and assertiveness. In addition, we would like to point out that our office in the USA will be relocated from Florida to Wyoming in January of 2026. Further information on this will be provided in a separate communication. We wish all of our clients a Merry Christmas and all the best for the new year in 2026, and we thank you for your trust.